Hi there everybody, and as promised I'm going to do mainly just something to eat today with a little bit of a focus on watches. So you're probably wondering why I'm just pouring a bottle of drinking water into this saucepan, and you've probably guessed it, I'm making soup. I've got one of my favourite brands of drinking water here, Shishkin Lias, or if you prefer in English, there you go, Cone Forest, how about that? Alright, so we'll put a bit more of that in there because we're going to make a stock. We're making a soup called Solyanka. Now I'm making a slightly fancy version of it, so to try and give it a bit of body I'm going to boil up some pork ribs. Don't worry, it's not just plain water and pork ribs. It's not a British soup. Put those things in. Don't matter too much about that. We're not going to put salt in it. It always wants to stick on camera. We're going to use this kind of Vegeta stock. I'll give it quite a bit of that. I'll bring that to the boil. Just get my fat hands out of the way. Oh, yeah, you know. So, there we go. Are we going to time it? I don't know. These things are ready when they're ready, so I'm not going to use my Casio Edifice, which doesn't get very much love, I have to say, but it's a wonderful watch. I've had it a few years now. But we'll wear it anyway while I do that, so maybe not the whole time, but we'll see. Just coming to the boil now. I'll add a little bit of peppers, their usual trick for stopping it frothing up too much. We'll cover it, turn the heat down to about 2/3 and leave it for a wee while and come and check it at intervals, see what it's doing. I've been going nearly half an hour, and what I'm going to do is add an onion, fairly coarsely chopped as you might be able to see, because it's going to boil. We're not going to fry it quickly or anything like that. And I'll turn the heat, get the heat up, excuse that. Sack the juggler. And then we'll do that, and we'll probably add a little bit more water in a while because it has shrunk quite a bit. As I said, it's been nearly 30 minutes. You can see that. So it's like a fashion watch with a nice green sunburst on the dial and a very accurate quartz movement. It's not been out of the box since the end of June because I wanted to just alter the date, and it's exactly 1 second adrift. So I'm very pleased with that. Hope we'll be as pleased with the Solyanka. Solyanka exists, I suppose, as a kind of Russian soup du jour. You take all the bits that you served up other dishes the day before and stick them into a soup so you can still use them without anything going to waste. So, quick run through. Lurking in the background is some Russian, not so much bacon as pork breast, which I'm going to fry that. Then coming forward on the right, the label there is for some Italian type salami, although I suspect it's about as Italian as I am. Towards the middle you have, and on the plate, on the left side of the plate you've got Warszawskaya sausage. On the right you've got Krakowskaya. Now, though I suspect that if you try to sell either of these sausages in Poland, there would be real trouble in the world then. On the right, you've got something called Doktorskaya. Now, it's a bit like British luncheon meat or close to spam. I don't know what kind of doctor would prescribe that for you, and it's quite bland, but you've got bits of Doktorskaya left over, so you might stick them in your Solyanka. There we go. Oh, so we're coming up onto the 50-minute mark now for the soup. I've got my nice fancy dial Vostok on. You probably won't be able to see that too clearly. Let's see if we can get a little bit of focus on that for you. Well, you get the idea anyway. Added all the meat in, as you can see, right on the surface, and just for that Eastern European touch, I'm gonna, if I can, add some vampire repellent. Not a massive amount, and I've turned up the heat to bring it back to the boil, and I'm going to transfer the soup across to the other ring in a minute. I'm going to chop up that bacon and fry it, so that should be fun. So yeah, as I say, we're just about the 1 hour mark there. So that's another one for you. That's my big G-Shock. Although it'll be a shock if this soup tastes anything good. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm frying up the bacon and it's spitting at me like an angry tomcat. So I've got the camera zoomed in at some distance from the frying pan. In a minute I'm going to risk life and limb and go and stir it around a little bit. And after that I'll introduce you to the last ingredient of Solyanka. So we're nearly there, and you might want to call bullshit on me for this, but a signature ingredient of Solyanka is pickled cucumbers in sweet vinegar. They used to be salted, but now they come in this sweet stuff. And it fulfills a number of functions. One is that being a little bit acidic, they do break up the grease in the other ingredients. But, I know you'll love this, that a lot of people in this part of the world drink the vinegar as a hangover cure. If you're ever in a CIS country and you're on some busy public transport on a Monday morning, I guarantee you will smell this sweet vinegary flavour in the air. It's unmistakable. So we'll add these chopped up cucumbers into the mix, and I'll come back to you shortly with the finished product. Here we are then with the final results. As you can see, I've added some sour cream to the soup with a bit of mixed peppers on top, just to make it a bit a bit more colourful. And also I have some very nice, some very nice dark Russian bread, which both of these go very well with the beer. It's a Heineken. I don't know if you can see this, but I've also got my Commandeerski Heineken. Bring that into front and centre. Look at that. You see? It looks just like the label on the bottle, doesn't it? It's nothing to do with the Soviet Union at all, I promise you. So comrades, I'm going to go and have this bowl of soup and a drop of beer and some bread, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.